Welcome back to another most special, most yummy update, baby dolls. Bitcoin 103, 104, 105. It is on the horizon. This is the monthly structure of Bitcoin's price chart. We are seeing a nice emphatic push through a weekend. Just also don't get too excited if we actually start rising through the weekend, because we know there's going to be a CME gap and they always got to fill the gaps. And we always got to come back down. We also have big ground to cover when it comes to Ethereum. Ethereum has such ground to cover, friends. I have so many receipts down here of everyone. But unfortunately, all the bears, all the cucks, they're actually winning right now. Ethereum, friends, has to recover this ETH BTC back to here. I'll be honest, I consider Ethereum a failure as long as it's below its spot ETF release price. Okay, that's wild, bro. You open up Ethereum to spot ETF and it has net selling against Bitcoin. That's ridiculous, man. It dropped 69%. What a freak accident, man. That's wild. So we've got a lot of ground to cover. I will still consider Ethereum piece of trash under 0.05. That means it has to be 5% of Bitcoin's price. If Bitcoin's 100, Ethereum must be 5. If it's below 5, you're trash. If Ethereum is 200K, okay, Ethereum, you got to be 10K. If you're anything less than 10K, you're trash. That's it, okay? So this ratio, yes, it does mean everything, friends. When you, like, add technology and you try to, like, change the game and do hardware updates and stuff out here, when you can't outperform Pet Rock, what are you doing? You know, that's what it comes down to. I think the market obviously punished them hard for layer 2s and this whole vulture stuff. There wasn't enough mind share pretty much coming to Ethereum with all the competition to sustain all these vultures and layer 2 chains, okay? So we've got a long way to go. We're doing pretty good, okay? At least we've got this big, fat, green, emphatic monthly candle out here. That's wonderful. Now, PulseChain ecosystem has actually been cranking today, friends. Oh my gosh! pDAI, 58%. What are you doing? What are you doing? Wow, 58% up. Let's actually have a look. But, you know, let's just go through quickly. I'm going to do a whole new PulseChain update video, friends. PLS still stuck in the channel. All right, PLS itself, I know it's monthly candle. You've got to do, to recover Interpol, you got to do another 2.5x pretty much. Okay, that's like the next target. That's to recover just the Interpol. All right, so we're still under sack price for that. The PulseX to Pulse ratio is doing great, man. Look at that. It's just literally hockey stick, bro. It's almost, friends, I won't be surprised if PulseX just goes up here, just to send the message to everybody, tell you who's in charge now, baby. That's going to be great, okay? Some also nice news. As you're going to see, friends, Hex is up 24%, confirming itself as a better Bitcoin. This is, remember, this is PHEX. PHEX, remember, is the largest P token. Okay, just to remind you, it's the largest P token. And remember, P is like a passport, shows you where the coin came from. And P means PulseChain. So we have dibs on the letter P. Isn't that fantastic out here? And it's nice to see this nice stream of green. I'll be giving you a nice, very yummy update out here. Pulse, PulseX, Inc, green logo. See, friends, everything's bonded to Pulse. So whenever you see this chart, your first eyeline site just goes straight to Pulse, PLS. Everything's bonded to Pulse. Pulse is a cult chain. It's a spear token, okay? Everything is literally bonded to it. So pretty much the way it works is, remember, since everything's bonded to Pulse, right? If you want to buy Inc, for example, right, you have to get the Pulse first. That's when you go swap into it. You swap through the Pulse first, then you get the Inc token. If you want to buy pDAI, okay, to get pDAI, you have to go through PLS first, then you get the pDAI. Okay, so that's why PLS is like an index of all the applications, communities, products, services, Johnson & Johnson, Baby Bump Paradigm. It's an index of it, okay? But like, just be careful of the word index, because it implies you're thinking about the stock market index, where you go, oh, so it's like diversifying in the whole thing. Yeah, it is diversifying in the chain. It is. The problem, though, is there ain't diversification in crypto, right? You've already seen. Business cycle goes down. Goodbye Ethereum, goodbye PulseChain, goodbye literally everything on PulseChain, you're down 98%, you see? But then when everything goes up, we're all correlated together as well. Okay, so as long as you're just aware of that. Yeah, it's very nice as well to see this Hexy boo both up, PHEX and EHEX. I'll just show you quickly just to continue with Hex, friends. Hex has done a very nice rounded bottom out here. This is good to go. I really thought, man, this was it. I thought this was it. I'm sure Richard and everyone else thought it was it as well. Then Ethereum came and cucked us. So we've got so far to go. I really do believe we're destined for this 10 cents. 10 cents is nothing. It's about another 10 to 15x away. I think a lot of big accounts want to get out there. So maybe we do get up there. They pokes above. They go, hey, I'm going to hold to $1. Then they're going to come back here. Then they start getting out here. Maybe there's like a week. Everyone thinks it's over. And then we go for the guard run. Okay. I don't know why I'm just seeing something like that. It'd be nice if we just zipped up to 50 cents straight away, but I don't think so. Because there's just a lot of non-believers who've got to get out. It's the same story with EHEX and everything out here. Icosa, friends, is also, of course, up exactly 25% with PHEX as well. So remember, there's Icosa from Hex, Icosa from Ethereum. It's doing a very, very nice rounded structure. This is like, yes, it's derivative slingshot on Hex, but also because the Icosa value is derived off the T share. So that's why its value go up over time. It launched at, like, man, look at the ceiling is, bro. So this thing is like freaking gargantuanly huge. I wonder if something's going to happen where it just like beep. It just does like a big move because it's very, very, very thin as well. So yeah, I mean, like everything's just going to go up. Everything is going to go up, for instance. Like it's bull market time. Everybody comes back. That's what we've been waiting for, man. In bull market times, baby dolls, you know, people just come back because they're like, oh, everybody's here to buy stuff. Well, I'm going to do an update, you know. That's what we pretty much see. What I'm going to show you now is just the Pulse ETH ratio quickly. Actually, no, we'll go through that a bit later because it actually hasn't moved much at all. You know, but you're seeing emphatically nice green pushes everywhere. Man, it's kind of wild, friends. It's been 3 years today since Dildo Kwon said deploying more capital. Steady, lads. So it was right here when Bitcoin was collapsing down, man. I know this chart, man. I know every single step of this chart. I remember, friends, Crypto Banter had people interviewing here, and they said, you know, it's not over. It's going to get worse. And then it did get worse. This is where Do Kwon went up here. So Do Kwon, friends, also relevant for pDAI, right? Do Kwon, he had Luna currency. Now, Luna was not fully backed. So UST, the stable coin of the Luna ecosystem, was not fully backed. Why? Well, they had $16 billion of market cap. 16. Okay, so write that number down. They had 16 billion, but they only had about 1.6 billion in funding. So that 1.6 billion was about the Bitcoin with the bid. So that's how Luna worked, unfortunately. No, I didn't even know how it worked. I never looked it up how it worked. I read about it, but it just wasn't sticking in my head. Yeah, then we all learned the hard way when we tried to buy the dip. So as it depegs, to try to restore the peg, they infinitely mint Luna coins. So people dump out of the bid. They all grab the bid money with the infinite supply. That's why Luna went down 99.99%. Scarred everybody for life. Literally, I'll never forget that. That was just like, man, it really makes you scared to ever buy another freaking dip again. I'll be honest, just like when we saw pDAI, we're like, oh gosh, not again. You know, just seeing that candle's not nice, man. Like, I still hear stories from some of you guys out here. Like, we were like physically sick, man. I remember, like, maybe it was Mr. Saint Wolf. Shout out to Sainty Wolf. A couple of you guys, I forgot who. I've been watching some of you guys on stream. Yeah, you guys give me PTSD. You're like, yeah, bro. Like, I remember 2022. Like, we were just physically sick. I remember even blockchain backer as well. Like, just waking up, people vomiting, just because you have this visceral reaction. You're like, oh crap. Like, I'll show you this, bro. You're like, oh crap, like this thing you can actually hold something that literally just goes to freaking zero like that. It literally just goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. You buy the dip, goodbye, goodbye, bang. Man, friends, I got, man, this hurts, bro. Because I remember, I forgot who it was. Forgot his name. He made $1 million off here. So he put I think $1,000 in. He put 1 or 2 grand into Luna. So just, yeah, I made videos on this. I'll just show you. I think it was Wang. I forgot who it was, bro. One of you. Sorry, sir. I don't want to give you PTSD if you're listening, but I want to tell everyone the story. So I apologize in advance. He put in 1 or 2,000 bucks down here. He turned it into literally, see, that's 500x for him. He did 1,000x from the bottom, yeah, maybe 500x for him. His 2 grand, I think, turned into like $1 million. Yeah, and he's like pretty much doesn't need to work now. I think probably from like one of these Asian countries. I think doesn't need to work now. So he made $1 million there. Maybe like 1.5. Oh, bro, this hurts to say. So what he did is he actually sold here. But then what he did is he put half of it into the UST to earn yield. Yeah, and then he left the other half. I think he just had it as like cash or maybe in some Ethereum. And then as Luna went down, he used it. He used all that 500k to buy the dip. So very sad. So he lost. So pretty much His 500K became zero on the Luna, on the UST. And then he was buying the dip as it was collapsing as well. I think he was buying the dip like here, 30 cents or something. Because he's like, oh, wow, like, you know, I get to buy the dip. He put 500K in. He thought, oh, cool, I'll get to buy it at 30 bucks and then make another 500K, sell it at 60. But no, he dropped another 99.99% down. Very, very horrific out here. If you see this price out here, friends, I think it combines the combined price now. I think it's 0.2 cents. So I think maybe that's it. If you check from the top to the bottom, yeah, it's down 99. Actually, no, that doesn't include the airdrop. So I think you're down 98%. You're around down as much as Hex with that airdrop. But yeah, just reliving that moment. So on the way down, they had, yeah, man, this is the anniversary. This is exactly 3 years today. They had 40,000 to BTC, and Kwon used it to buy the UST, the DPEG, but it wasn't enough. The market used the market. That's why, friends, you can't fight the market. Yeah. And it has been a tough time as well. That's why I'm giving you this, here to update you, man. This is the stuff we went through, friends. Uncle Peter Schiff, Richard Hart is another crook that I correctly called out years ago. So, man, this is Uncle Peter Schiff. When in November 2023, he made it. He goes, yeah, I debated him. And then this is me defending straight away, 2023. Free Hex marketing from Uncle Peter Schiff. Funny how Uncle Peter gets accused of illegal activities whilst his whole comment section is saying he's in the wrong. And then the first day he's free, he comes out and does the exact same thing to others. Yeah, Uncle Peter Schiff, what about that? Shame on you. I'll call you out. I remember that. Uncle Peter Schiff was saying, I'm innocent, I'm innocent, I'm innocent. I'm Uncle Peter Schiff, I'm innocent. With all the banking and all the stuff. And I defended you, Uncle Peter Schiff, okay? I defended you. Your whole comment section were calling you a scam and a fraudster. I defended you, yeah? The day he comes free, literally the day the judge says, oh, guess what? It was deep state going after you. I'm just going to disband it even though you have to shut down your bank and all this other shit. The day Uncle Peter Schiff is free, he comes out and says, hey, Richard Hart, I called this crook out years ago. Sorry, Uncle Peter Schiff, you're going to have to take this from me, Horde. You're going to have to take it from me. The hypocrisy. The hypocrisy. I'm going to be a better man, even though I've got my peg nipples. I'm still going to give you a like, okay? And I'm going to like this, okay? Look at these friends. And look, my friends, 2 years in the making. Your friend Sommi comes out wearing a Gengar Pokemon hat, yeah? From the Poke Centers. 2 years later, your friend Sommi pegging his own nipples. Who's still standing? Well, sitting on a squeaky chair. Your friend Sommi comes out. He won! He won! Victory! It's our victory. Mr. Lupin aged beautifully. So thank you very much for that hypocrisy, bro. Did you learn nothing? Did you learn nothing, Uncle Peter Schiff? How stubborn are you, bro? Nothing goes through your head? You were literally wrongfully accused for like freaking 1.5 years. We defend you. The day you're free, you're like, they're all scammers. They're all... We haven't started, brother. We haven't started. Wait till we start cranking higher and we're up. Let's say Hex is up like 40% on a month, 50%, 100% on the month of God Candle. I'm going to be tagging Uncle Peter Schiff. Hex has been chosen by the market as a superior store of value to gold. He's going to lose his mind. Uncle Peter Schiff, I know you sometimes watch my videos. You're probably not going to watch this because you've got a lot of better things to do. Oh, that's going to be funny. And there's going to be like 750 Pulsicans and Hexicans and Inkians and everybody spamming him. And he's going to do the whole, he's going to like spend it on his, I hope we'll make it to his podcast because he's going to say the whole oh, but a burger went up 3x in 10 years. Does that mean a burger is a good store of value? No, it's not. So it's coming. I remind everybody, friends, I was here holding the line with you, all of us. Yeah. Show it every day. Friends, I show my face. You understand? Like, I'm a freak. No one does this, dude. No one literally comes. Friends, yeah, we saw everybody show their face. Like, oh, once a month they'd come out. Yeah, I still believe in Richard Hart. What was I saying? I was saying, SEC clown nose can go suck a fat one. You're wrong. 99% of crypto mainstream industry, wanker guru and your 6 articles. Thank you for the nice kind of neutral one, by the way. You're wrong. All of you are actual wrong. RON GG wrong. Took a lot, by the way. And by the way, price is still cheap. So we're actually the suckers because you still get to buy a cheaper price than us. So it's like, that depends. God could not have handed these losers an easier underarm war. Like, bro, the guy who told you were wrong is now telling you that the price is even cheaper than when we started arguing whether he was wrong or not. Okay? You actually get to buy a discount right now, but they're not going to do it. I know markets, friends. I know markets inside out, just like I know my peg nipples. They're not doing it. They want to buy green candles, okay? They're literally like, nah, why would I want to buy cheap, bro? Why would I want to buy cheap? Why don't I just buy expensive? That's what's going through their mind. So it'll be great, friends, when Hex goes up. The first cope will be Hex rising, when all the cope's going to be like, oh, no, that's the P hex and the E hex and the token split, and then all of them are going to go nuts, and then we're going to be throwing pDAI in all their faces. Everyone out there, it's going to be great. Now, another thing that's coming in the future. So we have this weekend that we're going through, friends, traversing macro and stuff here. Now we're in the month of March. Why? I'm giving you more opportunity information about, like, you know, a lot of people say sell in March and go away and then come back in October. Because statistically, over the past 100 years, yeah, there's like an enormous edge if you do that in the S&P 500. I'm not getting out. Why? Because I believe in you. I'm serious. I believe in all of us. We have the strongest hands here. 99% couldn't wipe us out. Not just PulseChain, not just Chainlink, not just Painstick, not just anything, but like on altcoins particularly, okay? So a day of reckoning is coming for Bitcoin dominance. It'll be more like a period of time of reckoning. They wish it was just a day. Bitcoin dominance, dudes, bro, you guys have had... You've been obnoxious for 2 years, okay? Yeah, it's 4 years. Bitcoin dominance has been going up. The first 2 years, we're like, oh, thank you, Bitcoin. Thank you for rescuing the industry. Now you're in obnoxious land for 24 months, bro. You're way overdue. Wait till you guys are going to cop it so hard. But I'm telling you that there's a lot of things coming. You don't understand what's coming to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to have like a big rift in the middle where people want to add shit coins to it and people who don't, and they're going to fight. And the people who got in early, who got like, you know, 500 BTC plus, they don't want to do anything because that's been growing and working for them over time. And then the people who've just got like, you know, below $40,000 worth, and they realize they're not going to get a $13 million Bitcoin, they want to add more stuff to it because they're too scared to go venture into shitcoin land because for the past 2 years, all they've heard people talk about is that everything not Bitcoin is a shit coin, so they're just way too scared and they don't want to touch Ethereum because that's been going down for 2 years, and they're like, we say Ethereum, they didn't have the right Pokemon starters, did they? That's what they've been going through their head, and we're just going to keep on rising, and what's going to happen is, as ETH BTC rises, remember, that's what makes Bitcoin dominance go down. And on this period, as we just see the big collapses, they, as in all those retailers, will just be crapping out of their Bitcoin and just go FOMO buy altcoins. They can't take it anymore. Okay, and then I'll tell you, oh, surprise, surprise, you didn't actually believe in Bitcoin, bro. You're just a dick rider, and you thought the number just goes literally up forever. Well, guess what? It doesn't. Okay? You want it to, so do I, but it doesn't. The real test of character is not when things are going good. It's when things are going bad. That's the real test of character, friends. Yeah? When you pull food out of the village, when you've got no more money left in your wallet, when you say, I can't anymore, when you're out of breath, when you've fallen off the horse, that's a real test of character. Not, cybernetic hornet's nest, Michael Chad Saylor, $13 million Bitcoin. That's not your real test of character, bro. I can flop my willy out and tell you something's going 4,000x higher too. What does that tell you? Nothing. The test of character is when the coin drops 99% down and I triple down. The test of character is when the founder of the chain says the market has chosen and EHEX is dog shit and I triple down. The test of character is when the founder of the chain says this stupid coin, which I'm going to talk about 33 times in the month of March, should be avoided and not bought. That's a test of character. And you know what I say? I say one more word out of you and he's coming out. So the Bitcoin dominance, friends, is destined for lower. Just to give you an idea of how ridiculously wrong the whole market is about Bitcoin dominance right now, Michael Chad Saylor would rather buy Bitcoin on $84 billion of stupidly dangerous leverage instead of put a single dollar into Ethereum. Let me give you a real world example. Let's say you're a Ferrari guy. Yeah? You're a Ferrari guy and there's two cars at the dealer. One's a Ferrari, one's a Lamborghini. They both got what? Similar engines. They're both fast. They both make you look cool, whatever. All right? You're a Ferrari guy. Imagine you hate Lamborghini that much that you are willing to pay the dealer. Let's say they're both $1 million cars. You're willing to pay the dealer $10 million for the Ferrari. In fact, the dealer says, hey, you can't actually have the Ferrari. Someone else took it. You have to buy the Lambo. He's like, no, I'm not touching the Lambo, bro. I'm not a Lambo guy. So what you do is you go borrow $10 million from the bank and you go buy the Ferrari off him. You're like, hey, I need that Ferrari. I hate Lambo that much. You see? Well, this is exactly what's happening with Bitcoin and altcoins. They are taking excessive borrowing leverage just to get Bitcoin. And that's how underpriced the market is. Now, friends, that's why we don't go do leverage. That's why you don't go like long your altcoins on like 5x leverage because a 20% dip just wipes you all out. That's why you have to sit through the pain. You don't know how long it'll take. You hope it's a short amount of time. We're praying it's a short amount of time. We've got the longest time ever, okay? The unwind will be fantastic for altcoins. Keep holding. Or you could just keep selling. I know what I'm doing. Believe in something. Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you soon.